What if your neighbor, the friendly man who offered a helping hand, harbored a dark secret? What if, for decades, a predator walked among us, hidden in plain sight? This is the story of the Grim Sleeper, a chilling tale of murder, mystery, and justice delayed. Los Angeles, the city of angels, a sprawling metropolis known for its glitz, glamour, and dreams, but beneath the bright lights lies a darker story. A story of fear, tragedy, and a predator who evaded justice for decades. Today, we uncover the chilling case of the Grim Sleeper, one of the most infamous serial killers in American history. The story begins in the 1980s, a time when South Los Angeles was grappling with the devastating crack cocaine epidemic. Amidst this chaos, women were disappearing. Some were found brutally murdered, their bodies dumped in alleyways, dumpsters, and empty lots. Their stories were lost in the noise of a city overwhelmed by violence and neglect. Most of the victims were young black women, many of them living on the margins of society. The police called it the Southside Slayer, believing multiple killers were at work. But hidden among these cases was a single predator, patient and calculating. His name wouldn't be known for decades, but his horrifying legacy had already begun. Lonnie David Franklin Jr., later known as the Grim Sleeper, blended seamlessly into his community. A former mechanic and garbage collector, Franklin was described as friendly, helpful, and unassuming. But behind closed doors, he was leading a double life. Franklin's first known victim was 29-year-old Deborah Jackson, found shot and abandoned in an alleyway in 1985. Over the next 6 years, a chilling pattern emerged. Franklin would lure his victims, often using charm or offering them a ride. Once alone, he'd attack, shooting or strangling them before discarding their bodies like trash. And then, just as suddenly as the killings began, they stopped. For 14 years, the Grim Sleeper went silent, leading some to believe the killer had died or been imprisoned. But in reality, Lonnie Franklin Jr. was still there, living a seemingly ordinary life. This eerie gap earned him his macabre nickname, the Grim Sleeper. In 2002, the killings resumed. Franklin's methods hadn't changed, and neither had the police response. But this time, advancements in forensic science would be his downfall. The breakthrough came in 2010, when detectives used familial DNA to connect Franklin to the murders. His son's DNA, collected during an unrelated arrest, bore similarities to evidence from the crime scenes. This led investigators straight to Lonnie Franklin Jr. When police searched Franklin's home, they uncovered a trove of horrifying evidence. Over 180 photographs of women, many of them unidentified, were found in his possession. These images provided a haunting glimpse into the lives of his potential victims. In 2016, Franklin was convicted of 10 counts of murder, though investigators believe he may have been responsible for many more. The jury sentenced him to death, but justice came late for the families of his victims. For decades, their voices had been ignored, their stories overlooked. The Grim Sleeper's case revealed not only the depravity of one man, but also the systemic failures that allowed him to operate for so long. Many believe the lack of urgency in solving these murders stemmed from the victims' backgrounds. Their lives mattered, yet for years, their deaths were treated as insignificant. Lonnie David Franklin Jr. died in prison in 2020, taking with him the full extent of his crimes. But his story remains a chilling reminder of the evil that can lurk behind a friendly face, and the importance of justice for every victim, no matter their circumstances. Thank you for joining us as we uncover the terrifying case of the Grim Sleeper. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more true crime stories. Let's ensure that the victims' voices are never silenced again.